We are currently being told that the AI revolution is an unstoppable force of nature, a digital tide that will eventually wash over every industry. You see the headlines every day about new models that can code, create art, and reason better than most experts, leading many to believe AGI is simply better software. But while the world is fixated on intelligence, a massive, invisible wall is being built right in front of us, and it could stop the AI movement. This isn't a problem of logic or algorithms. It's a problem of physics, energy, and the cold, hard reality of the periodic table. We are entering the era of the $720 billion bottleneck, where the limiting factor isn't how smart the AI is, but whether we can keep the lights on. To understand this, look past the screen into massive digital warehouses known as data centers. These facilities are filled with thousands of high-speed interconnected computers and servers that process your every command at lightning speed. Every time you ask a question or generate a video, a command travels to faraway centers where information is processed and returned in seconds. However, the cost of this convenience is a staggering hunger for power that is growing at a rate. According to Goldman Sachs, power demand from data centers is projected to spike by 160% by the year 2030. The International Energy Agency reports data center electricity consumption will jump from 415 terawatt-hours in 2024. That's a doubling of energy usage in just 6 years, reaching a level equal to the entire annual electricity consumption of Japan. We're talking about a single industry requiring the energy output of one of the world's largest economies just to maintain its current trajectory. To meet this demand, the global electric grid requires a massive $720 billion investment in upgrades and new projects, many taking decades to complete. This isn't just about building more power plants. It's about a total overhaul of how we distribute energy across the entire planet. If we fail to build this infrastructure, AI progress will grind to a halt, not because the software isn't ready, but because hardware is starved of electrons. You might wonder why big tech isn't waiting for the grid to catch up. The reality is they're already building their own energy empires. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has stated the future of AI depends entirely on energy, personally backing fusion company Helion Energy with $375 million. That deal will provide nuclear fusion power to Microsoft in the coming years, a bet on the holy grail of physics. They know the current system cannot sustain the scale of artificial general intelligence at the pace the industry is promising. For 200 years, the primary bottleneck in our economy was human labor, which is why wages rose as we became more efficient. But in an AI-powered future, scarcity shifts from humans to energy and minerals, and that changes everything about how growth is shared. If energy becomes the primary bottleneck, it will gobble up a share of economic growth, leaving less for everyone else. This could cause human GDP to decline as labor becomes devalued in an economy increasingly run by machines. But let's say we solve the energy crisis. We're still left with a second, even more terrifying bottleneck: rare earth elements. There are 17 elements on the periodic table that are the literal physical anchors of the AI revolution, used every day without you knowing it. Neodymium is essential for high-storage magnets in data center hard drives, while yttrium creates superconductors that manage massive server cooling systems. Lanthanum allows batteries to supply power during outages, so the AI never has to sleep, even when the grid fails. The problem isn't just rarity, it's that this supply chain is one of the most concentrated monopolies in human history. China currently dominates the supply of these 17 elements, and rising for developing nations lacking billions of dollars for this infrastructure. The gap between AI haves and AI have-nots will only widen. This physical wall also creates a massive economic barrier. We're moving away from an era where a few smart kids in a garage could disrupt an industry. Training the next generation of foundation models is expected to soon cost billions of dollars per model. A single training run can require 20,000 billion videos. As with Google's recent video generation platform, only the richest entities can play this game. This creates a natural monopoly where a small number of tech giants own the planet's intelligence, charging high prices with little competition. We're seeing vertical integration, where the same companies design the chips, own the data centers, and build the AI models, leaving no room for startups. If you aren't vertically integrated, you're just a customer of a monopoly that controls your ability to think and work in the digital age. The danger is we might be building a happiness factory or benevolent dictator. AI without realizing its physical foundation is incredibly fragile. If AI drives our economy but energy and material costs stay too high, we risk a misaligned takeoff where the rich profit from owning the machines. Meanwhile, the average worker becomes equally useless and impoverished, even without any dramatic AI takeover scenario playing out. The sheer cost of keeping the system running might force a global surveillance state just to manage increasingly scarce resources. The physics of AI is just as important as the logic of AI. If the supply chain or the grid upgrade fails, the promised future may not arrive. So what does this mean for you? Stop viewing AI as a magical cloud-based entity and start seeing it as a resource-heavy industrial process. The winners of the next decade won't just write the best prompts. They'll understand exactly where the physical bottlenecks in this industry are. Consider moving into sectors like clean energy, wind turbine maintenance, or designing more efficient AI hardware, where the physical world meets the digital one. Meteor screaming toward Earth isn't made of code. It's made of silicon, neodymium, and raw electricity. You can ignore this physical reality and risk becoming redundant, or audit your career and adapt to the energy-centric world that's coming. The era of easy, infinite AI growth is over. The era of the bottleneck has begun. Physics doesn't care about nostalgia. Master the tools, find your path, and prepare for a future where energy is the new gold. Extinction or evolution, which will you choose?